Hey everybody, welcome to the Spoiler Room. I am your host Eric Schmidt.
The host this time.
The host.
Yeah.
You get to host something and Haas gets to host something.
That's true.
So I'm going to host something.
I still don't get to host anything.
That's because you're a visitor.
You're a hanger-on.
Yeah.
I am
You're
family.
the creepy guy in the corner. The creepy guy in the corner. Alright, we are here with VideoDestruct.com. This is the Spoiler Room where we're going to spoil all the movies that are out currently. To my left...
All the ones that we watch anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
It would be
left,
great if we
your
spoiled
right,
some.
the editor of the website, the man in charge of clipping this video, so he's going to make himself look really good,
How many really opinion?
Brandon Jones.
What's up, guys?
That was lackluster.
I'm sorry.
Cut that and make it look better.
You guys never have any better for the podcast.
To my right, your left.
Right-hand man.
Yeah.
Your left, my right-hand man. Brandon's older and much better looking and wiser brother, Brian Jones. What's up?
I cannot argue with that assessment. I
Yeah.
really can't argue with
I
it.
got to butter up one of y'all. You know what I'm
I
saying?
am.
We need people to come back to this thing.
I'm not arguing either. I don't argue with completely flat out lies.
Yeah.
We never argue.
We never argue
never
ever.
argue ever.
We're not going to argue during this thing at all.
Yeah. There's a reason we have a giant man in between us.
That's true.
We argue movies.
It's gonna
I'm going to wear my ref shirt next time.
It can come to blows.
We are here at the inaugural episode of the Spoiler Room.
Yes, that's right.
We are going to talk about the new hotness that's out right now.
Mm-hmm.
The most confusing title of all time.
Well, I
Ish.
like it.
I feel like Yogi Berra wrote the title.
That is true, yeah.
X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Yes.
Be advised, we are going to spoil this movie. We've all seen it.
It's called The Spoiler Room.
It is the title, okay? Use your brain, all right? Work it out. And we are going to spoil some stuff, but from the beginning, right from the beginning, I'm going to ask both of these guys, and I'll put in some notes myself. Before we spoil it, so people can hit the pause button if they want to go see it, we'll start with Brian. Brian, would you recommend this movie to be seen by other people?
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't be more excited. My brother and I had discussed this since they announced that it was going to be Days of Future Past.
Mm-hmm.
He was very negative on it, saying he thought they would really mess it up. I was very positive, being that I read the original story. When Chris Claremont had put it out, I was a teenager. I'm sure he wrote it before I read it, but at the point I read it, I was a teenager. Really enjoyed it. Picked up pretty much everything Claremont wrote after that. All the way to Executioner's Song, which was way more confusing than this.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still good. I enjoyed his run on X-Men a lot. He's probably the reason I read a lot of X-Men. And with Singer being so, he loved the story too, that Bryan Singer, the director, I was excited that he got a hold of it and said, I'm going to do this. And it's really the only reason to make First Class.
I would refute all this you're saying, but you said it all on the podcast on my other site.
Right.
So.
I did. I said this a month ago.
There is
2 months ago.
There is recorded evidence of you saying these things.
I said this when we recorded a podcast, just talking about our just growing up and reading comics, and watching stupid movies like this.
Right.
It's one of those things that I was looking forward to. Like I said, Brandon was less enthusiastic. He didn't think it was. He didn't necessarily think it couldn't be good, but he was more on the negative side. I was ready because I said, Bryan Singer's a good director. He loves the story,
right?
And they literally made a whole movie, X-Men First Class, in order to do this. That's the only reason to make First Class is to establish the characters to go back and meet.
I thought First Class would have been good as a standalone.
Yeah.
Just from somebody who's I've only dabbled in comics.
Right.
My dad wasn't like these two guys' dad. And have like a library of comics.
You mean still a kid?
Yeah.
Still a child.
So I only got to dabble here and there. I mean, as someone who comes in pretty fresh-minded, like my only X-Men knowledge up until probably a couple years ago was the cartoon show.
Right.
So that was pretty much the basis of all I knew about X-Men. I'm like, these guys are awesome.
Right? Yeah, that was a good cartoon.
Cyclops was like my favorite guy.
Yeah, right?
I mean, back then, something about lasers and whatever.
Right.
Jean Grey. And so I was just really pumped. Like, First Class, I think, was a great it could have been a standalone.
I liked it a lot.
If it would have stopped at First Class, I'd be like, that's okay. Yeah. They did a pretty good job.
I enjoyed First Class a lot. I know some people, it's kind of split audience. Some people really disliked it. I really liked it.
Yeah.
There were obvious flaws in it. I mean, especially continuity flaws, but there have to be.
Some people fail the SATs because they spell their name wrong.
That's
Okay?
very true. That's very true.
It's true.
Right?
But
Yeah.
my point is, even I didn't think it would be good because
Oh, yeah.
X3 was terrible, X-Men Origins Wolverine was terrible.
Mhm.
I mean, I remember because my kids wanted to go see it.
I was waiting for this thing to explode.
Yeah,
Like,
my
and
kids
just be
wanted
bad.
to go see it. I'm like, oh, it's just gonna be so terrible. Please,
He
let's go
called
see
me.
something else.
He calls me on the phone and is
I
like,
called- I
"Come
said,
see this movie."
Please come see this crappy movie so we can make fun of it, so I can at least enjoy myself for 2 hours. And we really enjoyed it.
And we enjoyed it, yeah.
I was surprised.
So,
Yeah.
so I think that's an all around.
Yeah. So,
Go see it.
yeah, what did you think of this actual movie? Because you kind of led into
Well, I
the
said go see it. I
Right,
absolutely
okay,
go
yeah.
see it. I really enjoyed it. And I thought it was just... it's a really well done movie.
Right.
I kept waiting for them to do something stupid and mess it up, and it
Yeah.
never happened.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
Uh,
I'm sure people will nitpick it to death, but it's
Right.
good. It's really good. Go enjoy it.
For me, I think this is a very solid flick. It's the most solid of the X-Men movies. I think even more so than X2, which has been the long-standing, like, the good one.
Yeah.
It's like, because I didn't have a problem with X1, but it's dated. It's way dated
It is
now.
dated.
It's way dated now. X2, I think, still holds up. It's a little dated, but whatever. But it's been kind of the one that's like everybody's like X2.
I really liked the Wolverine.
Yeah, see, a lot of people have been liking that one.
I really like that one.
I haven't seen that one.
Like I thought that was
Like,
the new
Right.
the new bar because it
Right.
just it was really good.
Yeah.
Like it was just
Yeah,
I'm not a big Wolverine guy.
Yeah, I'm not.
Wolverine fan.
yeah.
I
I don't think anybody at the table is really.
I never really got him as like a lead character. I was like, I get it, you're lonely and you forgot things, but I mean, it's just throw it across the room, put it back. But I was just, the Wolverine movie was a really good movie. Like I liked it. I liked how they did the samurai.
Yeah,
Like I like how they
Right.
did
Silver
that.
Samurai.
yeah. He's a
I
big
just-
robot in that, wasn't he?
Yeah,
No.
like, kind of like a mech, which
Yeah,
is sort of, I don't know.
Well, the funny thing in those movies, they always have to like wreck one character because like Juggernaut was completely wrong and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Juggernaut was real bad.
He was all wrong. So like, if you're gonna like screw up Silver Samurai, nobody cares. It's like,
Yeah,
all right, it's Silver Samurai.
unlike Deadpool,
Who cares? Which everybody cared about.
Deadpool is the
Yeah.
worst character assassination I've seen
Well,
in 10 years.
It was terrible.
Well, the way that people like kind of said it, they were like, "Oh, he's the main villain in this." Well, he was kind of forced into it, but yeah, it was silly
Yeah.
because they started him off fine. Like Ryan Reynolds doing like the snarky thing and killing people.
Yeah, it was
at
great.
the beginning. It was like, yeah, that's Deadpool, and then they sewed his mouth shut. And
They made him dumb.
yeah, they made him stupid with blades that would never work.
So I guess
But my initial thought is that I think go see the movie because it is one of the most solid ones. But if you're not a comic fan, I can definitely see people really not enjoying this one. I mean,
it's
I agree.
I went with
You
my,
have to know the characters.
I went with my wife,
right,
who's not at all
very true.
comic-y. She likes the Iron Man movies because they're funny.
Right,
She really she's sort of getting into it, so she went and saw it, and she was just, by the time it was over, she was just like, I had no idea what was going on. She's like, I'm just like, there's a lot going on, and I'm a little bit confused.
right.
But I think they did a really good job explaining like how they go to Back to the Future, past to the present.
They did.
Back and forthy, whatever
Yeah.
they were doing with their time travel stuff.
Right.
It was really good. I
Yeah.
liked it. I never knew Kitty had that power.
She didn't. We'll get into that.
That's.
we'll get into that later.
I just thought she could run through walls.
Right. We'll get into that.
That's all me.
We'll get into that in a minute. Yeah.
So no spoilers yet.
Yeah.
So that's it. Around the house, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Go see it if you like comics. Go see it if you sort of like comics. Go see it if you like Hugh Jackman. But
there is a lot of that in one.
there's just like
There's
a
one shot.
Spoiler.
particularly long scene. It's like just a real quick cut. Could have done it, guys.
Right.
Just a real quick cut. No.
No.
Man, that was just
They linger.
that was a creepy shot right there.
They linger on that.
So go see it. If you go see it cheap, I wouldn't wait for DVD because it's going to get spoiled if you haven't seen it yet.
Right. Yeah.
Especially if you keep watching this video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's gonna get real spoiling. So let's go ahead and dive into the movie itself.
Into the spoiler. The
Uh,
spoiler section.
Brandon, tell us what you liked about the movie.
I enjoyed the flow and structure of this movie. It was odd because I thought this was going to be towards the end of it, like I'm like, this is ending up to be just a complete clusterfuck of a movie because all these things are going on towards the climax of this thing.
Yeah.
You got Mystique doing her thing, Magneto doing her thing.
Magneto's a boy.
What?
Magneto's a man.
Magneto's a boy. What? Did
You
I say her?
Magneto doing
Magneto's doing his thing and all that stuff, and so like everybody's doing their own thing, and plus you had the stuff going on in the future. The Sentinels are coming down on them, and you're like, oh god, all this stuff's happening, and they seamlessly not only melded all that together.
It was really good.
And made all these characters like a focal point and gave them all an arc that you cared about, Yeah. And then they didn't. And then they did a parallel between the scenes in the future to the present perfectly.
It was really good.
It was really good. This climax, this climax blew me out of the water.
Nail biting,
right
on the edge of your seat. Like, what's going to happen? Because here's the thing. I mean, because we're in the spoilers now.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed Iceman getting his head kicked off.
Right?
Mortal Kombat fatality style. Yeah. I'm not talking about like, they implied it because a Sentinel hit him. And no.
His frozen head falls on the ground and gets stomped on.
Like, it was insane. I mean, it was like, these Sentinels were killing these guys.
Colossus got ripped in half.
Because the story behind it is the Sentinel...
Blink got stabbed in the back 3 times.
Like 3 times,
They came at it from all kinds of angles.
4 if you count the beginning scene.
Yeah. So, I mean, they did a really good job of that scene. Like, I hate to start it off with the climax, but good God, that was good.
Just the way they intertwined
well, they do it
with
early,
everything.
too.
Yeah.
Iceman early. The head with Iceman was in the first scene.
No.
Yeah.
The head part was.
The head part of the first time Iceman died.
The second
time.
time.
The premise of the movie, guys, is Kitty apparently has this new special power, which I didn't get.
Yeah,
apparently you hate.
I didn't get
where
it
she can shoot someone's conscious
back.
She can phase it.
She can phase it to a few days, a few hours, a few months. It's kind of the point of the story. Like,
It's
a pivotal.
It is a very pivotal
it's a
point.
Pivotal plot point.
But the only reason Kitty can do it is because they wanted Ellen Page to have more lines.
That's fine with me.
I don't like that at all.
There is another reason. It's because in the original, Kitty is the one that actually time travels.
Well, yeah, but that
they're
doesn't
focusing it on her power being able to do it.
It doesn't. Her power never mind. I'm not going to get into it, but it's just like here. All I needed was like one explanation or another character to do it. Kitty could have been there. I don't mind if Ellen Page is there explaining it, but just give me somebody else who can do that, or maybe Charles can do it, because then he's doing something with the mind. Kitty's power is phasing through a wall, and all of a sudden, I got this power, I can make people go through time.
She mutates. Her power is adapt and evolve.
I know, but they don't even explain that.
It's a movie about a guy who can bend metal. Shut your mouth.
But they don't explain through it. That's my point.
It's just here's the power accepted.
Yeah, exactly.
But you already have 5 movies where they talk about powers getting stronger.
But they don't talk about secondary mutations in any of them.
It doesn't have to be secondary because they talk about people getting better with their powers and learning new things.
That's fine, but how is her getting better at phasing through walls continue phasing through time?
It doesn't. You just accept it.
I don't.
I don't accept it.
You can't accept it.
I don't accept it.
I didn't need a 5-minute explanation of why Kitty can do this.
I don't need a 5-minute explanation.
So the whole premise is it starts off the Sentinels are attacking the lair. I'll call it the lair.
Yeah,
the
Chinese monastery.
No, it wasn't the Chinese monastery.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was the
beginning part was they were getting attacked by Sentinels. Sentinels were getting dropped in from these creepy square ships, like they were the Borg.
Freaking Tron.
Yeah,
like
Tron
ships. Those monolith ships.
Yeah,
awesome. They
Tron
look
ships.
Really
flying external hard drives is what they
yeah, basically.
So come through, drop the Sentinels off, and I'm thinking classic cartoon Sentinels. They're going to drill through and just be murder machines, which they were.
Yeah.
But then they had this ability to adapt to everybody's ability.
And it is funny because when I first saw the effect of them adapting to the abilities, I was like, well, that's a little cheap. It's the same effect they used on Mystique.
Yeah.
Lo and behold.
Yeah, lo and behold, it's Mystique's DNA that made them be able to do this. They researched it, Trask looked it up, and did his little midget science thing.
And it's the reason Mystique really hated people is because all the torture she went through when they extracted her DNA and all this stuff in the future movies.
So they they really did a good job of killing these guys.
Well, there was more in the movie than just the murder porn of the X-Men.
Yeah, there was murder porn. So they come in, and basically Kitty and Bishop are running through the fortress, running through doors. I'm like, that's what Kitty does.
Right.
And I thought they were getting to like a time travel machine.
Right, that's what I thought was going on too.
But no, then Kitty lays him on this table and starts doing all her ooey gooey stuff to his head, and just shoots him off, and they just disappear, and you really don't know what happens.
Yeah.
Well, she looks up at the Sentinels when they bust into the room. When she
finally
does, he goes, "Too late, assholes!" Like,
and then the whole room just empties out like nothing ever happened.
Like nothing ever happened for years. Like dust on the walls.
Yeah.
I guess blink forward to.
It pops forward a little bit to where they're meeting up with in China with Wolverine, Magneto, and Xavier.
And Storm.
And Storm. They all meet up with them. This new crew of Warpath, Blink, Kitty, Bishop, Sunspot, and Iceman.
Man, Blink was cool.
Blink was awesome. I absolutely loved how they did Blink.
Is she like a comic?
Yeah, she
Okay.
is. She was in Age of Apocalypse.
Was she?
Yeah, she basically is the portal gun.
Yeah, she's the portal gun.
She's slick in with portals.
Yeah, she is the portal gun.
Man,
I love her.
They did her really well. It was really cool how they had her fight.
That's one of the things I've noticed about Bryan Singer is if you watch X2, the Nightcrawler scene in the White House is awesome.
He knows
in First Class. Any scene with Azazel is awesome.
Yeah.
And then the scenes with Blink, the teleporters, he does so well.
Yeah.
And these really cool shots. He's really
well,
good
he's so good at showcasing a power of saying this is his person's power. This is what he can do with it. Let's film that and then make it and then put it in the. But he works it in the story just fine.
Yeah, the mutant fights is what I loved.
Right.
Because they're just like, here's these mutants.
Yeah.
Here's them fighting, because this is what you want to see.
Exactly.
Which is why X3 is so terrible, because all it is mutant fights, and they all suck.
Well, they don't. Yeah, they're not even that much. It's just like
it's just kind of eh.
They're lame and boring and stagnant.
Like some of the fights are implied.
Right.
Yeah, like Brett
screen knockout.
Brett Ratner has like no vision of how to show these things off like Singer does. It just was like, hey, here's a guy with the bones. He's going to throw him at Wolverine, and Wolverine's going to slash him.
It's Rush Hour in tights.
It is. It's really bad. Like it sucks. But he just has like a real vision of how to like shoot these powers and like make it look cool. Because Blink's scenes were awesome. I was really hyped about
when they
them.
started doing the portal physics and dropping Colossus through a hole and coming out the other side, just like in Portal. Like it's so that was really awesome.
So I mean, all the mutant fight scenes were great. I mean, your pros.
The big pros was just that climax, man. That really hit it, and I love Blink. Blink was awesome.
Brian, your pros about this movie.
The story's great.
Yeah.
It's super tight. They don't delve into some stupid thing like Iron Man goes and meets some kid in Tennessee. Like no one cares.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So,
none of that bullshit.
None of that.
BS.
It's they're on point. We have to do this, and we have to do it fast because people are going to die if we don't do this before the Sentinels get there in the future. So there's a sense of urgency of we have to go here, we have to go here, we have to go here. It's almost like 24.
Yeah.
Where they're like, we have to get here, because it's all within a day, and all this takes place in 2 days?
But it's not rushed and annoying either.
It's not.
They let these characters breathe.
Yes. But the character development is good because literally this movie was 2 hours 15 minutes around?
Yeah.
Around 2 hours 15 minutes?
Yeah.
How much action is it? Maybe 20 minutes?
Yeah.
I mean, everything else is character-driven story.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of that in a movie that, I feel like this movie could have been longer. I thought I was in there for an hour. It went by so well, well paced.
Yeah.
Just,
it's like Dark Knight.
As a film,
you didn't want to get up and pee during this movie. I know about like halfway through this movie, I was like, man, I really got to pee. But I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I don't think this thing's slowing down.
Yeah.
Because if you miss 5 minutes of that movie, you're going to be a little lost. You're going to be like, what just happened? Why is Xavier not walking now? Xavier can walk in the movie when they go to his... the story. Here's the story.
Yeah.
Ellen Page, Kitty, has to send back Wolverine because if she sends people back too far, their brains explode.
Yeah, brains
basically they can't take it.
And the only person who can take it is Wolverine because of healing because he's the Messiah of the X-Men.
I actually did like that explanation though.
It was
That's
good.
a good
Because
explanation.
the whole time during the trailer, I'm like, why are they sending back Wolverine? Why wouldn't Xavier just go back?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And
She's
that's
like,
a good
she's
explanation.
like, I can send them back a month at the most, or else
Yeah.
I'll rip your brain apart. Even yours, Xavier, because
Yeah.
even you're not that good.
Yeah.
But I'm
Even
kidding.
you can't take it.
I'm doing my kitty webs on you. So there, I mean, it was really cool how they had it done. I mean, she's like, you got to think happy thoughts because you can't freak out or you'll lose your tract with it or
Right,
whatever.
yeah,
And
exactly.
You got to be calm. So and that come up a couple times in the story when they blink back to Stryker.
Yeah.
Where he sees Stryker for the first time, at like young Stryker, and he like in his future form starts like ripping out the claws and like I think stabs Kitty.
Right,
He
yeah,
slashes
he
her
slashes her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so she starts dripping blood, but she's still trying to hold on. So I mean, they did it really like the blinks back and forth between
Yeah.
future and past
yeah.
was so good.
It wasn't a wasted scene in this movie.
No,
Like
it's
at,
not.
at every point, like something's being explained or shown to get inside the character or to further the plot.
Yeah, there's not a scene where I sat back and I was like,
That could.
Why
be
couldn't
fun.
that hit the cutting room floor?
why is that there?
Yeah, yeah.
Useless information that I'm going to completely
Yeah,
forget.
like that scene where one of the biggest ones that kind of prefaces that is the scene with Magneto where he just kind of learns where Mystique is, or like you're like
Yeah.
and he looks over and he goes to find her. During that scene, he's looking at the Sentinel schematics, and you
Yeah.
don't really think anything about it until he takes over the Sentinels. You're
Yeah.
like, oh snap! Okay.
Oh, he's an evil genius.
Yeah, he's freaking brilliant.
So Trask is in this movie. He making Sentinels, of course. Man, they were badass. So
Right.
I loved how they did the Sentinels.
Right. Yeah. And speaking of Trask, I freaking loved
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
They
Yeah.
cast Peter Dinklage to play Trask, who has never been portrayed as a little person in the comic or anything.
Yeah.
No.
Peter Dinklage is just an awesome actor, and they're like,
Yeah.
play Trask.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And he was awesome.
You're great.
He did great.
He was
He was
fantastic.
fantastic.
I loved it.
Yeah.
He was really cool.
That was great.
So long story short, Mystique kills Trask in the past.
In
they're-
1973.
And they're going back to stop it because they eventually catch Mystique. They catch her DNA and they give these Sentinels the power to adapt,
Yeah.
which is Mystique's ability, and it's all derived from her. So basically, long story short, even in the movie world, everybody's chasing Jennifer Lawrence.
It's true.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Very
sweating
accurate.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Louisville proud.
Yeah,
Louisville proud,
Louisville
baby.
proud. It's a very accurate thing to reality. In fact.
Directors, other actors,
Other act-
writers,
Yeah.
fans, they just all
Stalkers.
want
This
Jennifer
movie
Lawrence
wasn't
and
even
everything.
about Mystique, but we're just gonna go with it.
yeah, yeah,
It was, so they go back. They need to stop Mystique from going on a crazy rampage. They introduce some cool mutants. Could have been a throwback to some other mutants, the army mutants. I can't remember who
Oh,
they
they
were.
were all.
Yeah.
One of them was Toad.
One of them was. I remember.
One was
So-
Havoc.
Havoc was in there.
Was Cable there?
Cable's not. No, Cable's in the future.
Okay, because I
He's-
saw the he is this like the guy had
Yeah.
a weird eye thing, and I was like, is that Cable? But
No.
then he shot radiation at people and made
Yeah.
them sick. I don't know who that was.
I don't really know who that
They
was.
had
I
the
think that
creepy
was the
guy
guy-
with the spines on his
Yeah.
face.
Now he had an interesting theory about who that was.
I think the guy. It's especially with the thing at the end.
I think it's Pestilence.
It could be Pestilence, one of the four horsemen
Yeah.
of Apocalypse, that made everybody sick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Could be
It
him.
could be a kind of a lead into that. I
Yeah.
don't know though.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause
know that guy.
know what
He's-
that person's actual name was.
Honestly,
Okay.
the guy with the spines and the radiation, they're probably a freaking Morlock or something in some
Yeah.
issue 314. of-
You'd never.
you know,
remember
you'd
who
never
they were.
remember. It's like, sorry guys, I don't
These
remember
guys
all
can't
that.
remember.
Actually, I
it's
think-
not a thing.
Yeah, it's probably the guy. I think there's a guy named Quill with the spikes. Or
There is
something.
Quill. There is a
Yeah,
guy.
it's
named
probably a
Quill,
guy-
but
probably a
I mean,
guy.
it didn't look anything like Quill.
Well,
so
but that doesn't
mean
anything.
anything.
That doesn't mean
That's
anything.
what I'm saying.
But even those guys were cool. Even though they
Yeah,
got
they
to
were cool,
showcase
yeah.
their powers and
Right.
just really lay into some guys.
Yeah, yeah. They didn't-
So I mean, they did a really good job with that.
They didn't waste the mutant abilities in this.
Yeah, they were like, hey, this guy has a power. Let's see what it does.
Yeah.
Let's make some people sick.
Yeah, and they didn't. They switched it up too. They didn't like make it like, oh well, everybody shoots a beam or something like
Yeah.
that. And
Right.
I did like how they had Havoc like able to use his power like well
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah,
the dumb
he-
hula hoopy thing that he did in the
That
first
was
one.
weird.
It was odd.
He was trying to control it at the time.
Yeah, I know, but it was just an odd thing just to get that the comic book look. So they're like,
Yeah.
have him hula hoop it. That's stupid.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, Steve breaks into Trask's building at one point.
Right.
And it wasn't really fan
Oh.
service, but
Oh.
they explained
Oh.
why the first class wasn't there.
Right.
Because they were dead.
Yeah.
They showed their autopsy photos, basically.
Yeah.
They'd all
which
been
was-
experimented on by Trask. They
Yeah.
had all been
Yeah.
That's how he's-
Hazel and Angel.
Angel.
The
Bishop.
guy screamed.
Bishop, or Banshee.
Bishop.
Sorry,
Banshee.
Banshee.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, they were all experimenting
I
on
call him Starscream.
Starscream.
Yeah, so seeing the photos and stuff like that. So that's what, again, sends Mystique over the edge, which I really like because it gives her another reason to. Because to this point, she hasn't killed anybody yet.
Yeah, they
Right.
make
And
that
Trask was going to be her first
kill that
Yeah.
turned her.
murder, death, kill.
Yeah,
And which makes her crazy, loony, hot self in the future.
as
Um,
Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
Yeah.
Which,
grew up to be Rebecca Romaine.
yeah, go figure.
You could do worse.
Yeah, you can do worse. Yeah, it was really well done, and we got to talk about the guy who stole the show for when he was on there, because the future team, when Wolverine goes back, he gets Xavier, he gets Beast,
Yeah.
and they have to break out Magneto because they need Magneto for this thing.
Man.
Magneto is being held in a prison
yeah.
underneath the Pentagon because there's no metal. It's all
Yeah.
concrete poured down.
All sand, concrete, plastic.
All the guards have plastic guns with plastic bullets.
which were all like clear and stupid looking. I hated
That was real
It's-
bad.
That was really dumb.
I was like, did they have water pistols?
Yeah, I didn't
Are they
need.
going to drown him if he
It's
gets
like
so scared?
it's like they had to be real specific of like the audience needs to know this is a plastic gun.
Yeah.
and it's
Instead
really
of
dumb.
just saying,
They're going to bring in the
Yeah.
big guns, the guy with the super soaker with the backpack, just
Right.
to really hose them down.
Yeah, it was really dumb looking.
was
And
bad.
the clear nightstick is like it's plastic too.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
So,
But
so they brought in, call him Peter?
yeah, his name is Pietro. I don't know
yeah.
why they called him Peter.
because he's in America.
Quick-
in
I
this.
guess.
It's
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver.
Man, they did him well.
They did him so well.
God, they did him
I
good.
couldn't believe it because his outfit looked so dumb. Still,
It
did.
was real bad.
It was a really bad outfit.
They made it out of duct tape, I think.
Yeah, it was a really dumb outfit. But
I don't like
he-
how
because he
hair-
was some punk kid, and he
Yeah.
I didn't like how his hair was silver.
yeah, they could
That
have.
was
what-
They could have. They could have done like
They
a
could leave
really light blonde or
Yeah,
something.
they could have.
like
They could have left that out.
I was fine with his hair.
Yeah, it looked fakey. It just kind of looked
Yeah,
fakey.
it's
and weird.
gonna.
But he was supposed to be like a rocker kid, like a punk.
Yeah.
Like he wore big jackets and
He had a Pink
headphones.
Floyd shirt on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just really pumped to help break out Magneto. Like he was just, and
Yeah.
the way they did him was just like
Oh my God, stole it, and that's another one of
shooting
those.
star.
It's another one of those moments where Singer knows how to showcase a power. Is when he takes out that room.
Yeah, well, that's
Just-
man.
Holy crap!
There was a scene. They already broke out Magneto.
Yeah.
And they did a really funny thing of just he didn't just take off Magneto. He just grabs the back of Magneto's head and Magneto's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "It's to prevent whiplash." Whiplash. What? And he takes off and Magneto just stops. And is like, "Oh, okay."
All right.
And they even
Cool.
kind of
And
reference.
he gets sick to his stomach a little bit, and he's like, "It happens to everyone. It'll pass."
It'll pass.
They even kind of referenced that Magneto's his dad.
His dad,
'Cause
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, my mom knew a guy who could move metal too back in the day before I was born." So
Pretty
they
funny.
kinda- They kind of reference the Magneto father.
Pretty funny. I
just-
guess that's when he was hunting Nazis, though, right?
Yeah, the Nazis.
The Nazis, yeah. He's on a Nazi hunt.
Yeah, man, they did him really good. Then the room, there's a room where they couldn't get out. There's
Yeah.
guards everywhere.
It's through the kitchen. They're coming through
Yeah.
the kitchen.
And Charles can't use his powers at this point
because he can walk.
because he's
So
using the serum to dull his powers because he's tired of it. He's broken, you know.
Well,
and
he can't get the voices out of his head.
He
He's
can't
not
get the-
controlling it, so he can't sleep.
exactly. So he's using this drug to seduce his powers that Beast invented.
But it also helps him walk.
But yeah, because it affects his DNA, somehow it fixes his back.
It's weird. It's
Whatever.
whatever.
At
We'll
least
let it
they
slide.
at least
The
they
actor
explain
didn't
that.
want- the actor didn't want to be in a wheelchair, though.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
But
Yeah.
at least they explain that one somewhat.
Yeah.
It's convoluted, but at least they say something.
it was okay.
It's way better.
You can buy it.
It's way better of an explanation than in the Savage Land he can walk.
Well, yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Way better than that.
But yeah, so he can't use his powers, and they're like, Charles, use your powers, stop him from shooting us in the face.
Yeah, Magneto makes them. he makes Magneto promise he's not going to kill anybody. But the second, like dudes with guns come in, Magneto lifts up all the knives in his kitchen and starts pointing it at them.
Yeah.
And as soon as he goes to shoot, man, they just.
They stop. Time stops.
And you think, oh, Xavier's got his power back. And everybody's frozen, except for Quicksilver, who's putting on his glasses.
Oh,
He's putting
it's
his
so
headphones
cool.
on his headphones, listening to some sweet jams.
It's-
and he just takes off around the room and beats everybody up in
It's-
slow motion.
It's so enjoyable. Like, the scene
it's hard
is
to
just...
explain.
Well,
It is.
Yeah.
He you know...
Tastes soup that's flying through
Yeah,
the air.
he's
tastes
running
some
through the
soup.
soup fire, he gets a little taste. I mean, because he's so fast, everybody's frozen. in
He's
time.
poking guys in the cheek, and
Yeah.
it's such a fast hit. They're like, you're seeing like
the ripple.
the ripple of him hitting them.
But it's
Just
just
from
a poke,
from his
but,
poke.
but he's so fast. It's like they got
Then
punched with a fucking
He
hammer.
turns one of the guards' hands to a fist and puts it here.
Yeah, and-
after he removes his gun,
Yeah.
he takes the other two guys and points their guns at each other like
Yeah,
their fists.
Yeah.
So they're going to be jerking back when the time comes up.
They did all kinds of cool time shifty stuff.
Yeah.
He stopped at the end and like
The bullets that are going towards them.
The bullets are still moving slowly, and he's just like
Moves him a bit.
He moves them so they miss.
Yeah, just moves them
just
to where
let
they'll
him
miss.
and he gets back in his position, and boom! It all stops, and all the guards
They hit each
explode.
other.
just like just blah,
And he's on the other side of the room. And there's like, oh, thanks. He's like, no problem. And he like steals a hat.
He took the hat while he was doing it.
yeah, when
Yeah.
he's in slow motion.
It's a brilliant scene.
It was so good.
It was
I like
such an indulging, like let's just indulge in this. And I'm really pissed that Warner Brothers has completely missed out on the fact that Marvel beat you to an awesome speedster scene
With Flash.
because you could do that with Flash. Flash could have done this like beforehand, and they let Marvel beat him to it. Not even Marvel. Fox beat him to it.
Yeah.
So it's like how much did you drop the ball, Warner Brothers?
I also like how he was still wearing the security guard's hat when
Right.
they were leaving.
Yeah.
They're like, he's like, oh, goodbye, and they're getting on the plane to leave DC, and he's still got the hat on, like he's just such a klepto. It was just,
Yeah,
the character was really good.
Yeah, and he left. He had nothing else to do with the movie other than the quick
I
scene.
would have kept him around.
No,
Yeah.
I thought it was good because they
That's
didn't
fine.
overuse the character.
Exactly.
They let everyone else have their moment
Exactly.
instead of flooding it with,
Yeah.
here's this new
Of
character.
course,
We're
I mean,
going to
because
make him
he's a kid in this
Yeah.
movie, so they
Yeah.
couldn't take a kid to Paris. And
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
his mom was just like, when she first answered
Yeah.
the door, she's like, whatever he did, I'll pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. So it made sense that he didn't come along. Strategically, I would have just kept him along.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, if
In
I'm like,
real life,
I
would have kept that guy
Yeah,
around.
it's like I would have paid his
If I was
mom
really
off.
trying to take down somebody big, I would
Yeah.
have kept the guy who can move faster than everything.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
got to remember it's Xavier, and he just wants to do what's best for the people.
Sure.
He's not going to drag him into this.
Yeah, but still.
And you don't really see him again other than like one little scene where he's watching TV with his little sister.
Scarlet Witch.
His little sister sitting in his lap and they're watching going, whoa. Because there's a really cool scene where Magneto lifts a whole stadium.
An entire baseball
and
stadium.
I was wondering why he was going to do it, but
Right.
then it made sense.
It made sense at the end. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Moving on, like I said, Wolverine's there trying to explain to everybody, hey, we're about to fuck up the future.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
And Mystique's being like a whiny little baby about it and wanting to kill it. I don't know. That was-
Well, you know, the guy did torture and murder all of her friends. So she wants
Yeah.
to kill Trask. Then creepy Trask assistant guy, who we later find out is William Stryker.
Yeah.
Which, spoiler. Sorry, you're already
Well,
past that
as
point.
soon as they showed him,
I didn't even put it together. For some reason, I
As soon
didn't
as they
even think
showed him,
about
they
it.
flashed his name tag and it said Stryker.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it
Oh,
said,
okay.
I didn't even see
it
that.
said
So, yeah.
Stryker early.
Okay, well, there you go. That'd be why.
But Wolverine didn't see it at first,
Yeah.
and then they were in this room. She's about to kill Trask. They stop her.
Oh, that's why he flashed back. See, I missed
And then-
that.
and then when
Yeah, he looked and saw.
He saw his
literally
name
saw
tag
the
and he
name-
saw all the
badge.
barbs.
I saw the barbs. I figured that's what did it, but I
so,
guess
and
it
it
was
triggered a flashback on Wolverine,
Yeah.
which caused him to freak out in the future and stab Ellen Page
Yeah.
in the arm, and we're just started bleeding out.
Yeah.
Man, it was a good movie.
It was a good movie. And at that point, Magneto takes it upon himself to say, well, the only logical thing to do here is just to kill Mystique so they can't...
She's going to keep trying to kill Trask.
Yeah.
So
past Magneto. Not
Yeah,
future
yeah,
Magneto.
not future
Future
Magneto.
Magneto strapped future Wolverine down because he's a boss.
Yeah, that's what Future did. But yeah, the past Magneto, who's a dick in this movie, and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that like they had Magneto doing villainous stuff.
Yeah.
Like I wanted him to be a
He
villain.
was the bad guy.
He was, and it was great because Magneto's always that guy where you're like, yeah, I kind of see his point, and then he murders 50 people, and you're like, oh,
That guy's a dick.
Not the
okay.
best way to further your point.
Ooh, okay, now you're...
We're just gonna walk away from this.
Because I've always hated the whole like oh Magneto he's just misunderstood. No, he's a terrorist and he's a psychopath and he thinks he's better than all of you. Like that's like the whole point.
Yeah,
you know?
his elitism really shows in it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's-
And they do a great job of it because he's just like, all right, and he's very calculated and very like, we have to do this.
And like-
so it makes sense that he
and
wants to
like
kill.
Wolverine said earlier to kind of convince him to be on board is you're a survivor like me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
yeah.
why.
That's why. And then
so
he's
that's
like,
why he's like, well, the only logical thing is, I have to kill Mystique.
yeah, because they're going to get her power anyway. So, he tries to kill her. She gets away. Awesome scene where he's dragging her by the bullet in her leg.
Oh, that was awesome.
She's got a bullet in her leg, and he's just like dragging her back to him.
First he curved the bullet.
Well, yeah,
to hit her because she got away from.
But that's not. But that's not the cool
Hold
part.
on, time out. Time out. Let me go ahead and preface this right now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
awesome.
Magneto was in prison
yeah.
because
He killed
John F.
JFK,
Kennedy because of the magic bullet. They
Right.
said he curved the bullet,
which is fake anyway.
it was kind of funny.
It was funny. It's funny.
kinda funny
Yeah,
how they
but
were like-
it's just it's one of those things like those movie myth kind of things that they say in movies all the time, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's why I can't watch that Lucy movie with Scarlett Johansson because like we only use 10% of our brain. It's wrong. It's not.
It's
not
totally
true.
fake. Even the
It's
guy who said it as like a farce.
Yeah, like as a joke. As like,
this is what we should do to further ourselves. Like it's not even.
It's not even scientifically accurate. So it's just one of those things that like takes me out of it. So it's like there's no curving bullet that
It
shot
was kind of
JFK.
funny though.
But it was funny. It was funny.
Everybody's like
But then-
curving JFK. And
But then they
Magneto.
kind of have a reveal that Magneto was trying to save him, and then JFK was actually a mutant. So
Yeah.
which I thought was okay, but
So
was
then he-
was
yeah.
Magneto lying?
She jumped out the window. He curved the bullet, got her in the leg.
Yeah.
She tried to transform and hobble off, and everybody's watching. Cameras are
Yeah,
everywhere.
cameras.
So
I
they're
love
seeing all this.
I love the old school camera shots that look like
Yeah.
they look like this.
The film.
Well, the
There's
whole
a pu-
32.
Yeah, there's
the
a
whole
there's a
32,
they all look
so
like there's a pewter film from JFK. Yeah, it's just really cool.
Yeah. So.
So